Hey everybody, it's Eric with Damper 3. Got a little bit of trivia for you. So in 1983, the biggest movie by far at the box office was Return of the Jedi. Made over $270 million domestic box office, and it was over $100 million ahead of the second best-selling movie of the year, which was Tootsie. However, did you know that the best-selling toy of 1983 had nothing to do with Star Wars? Want to know what beat it out? Join us here in just a few seconds on the other side of the intro, and I'll tell you. Hey everybody, it's Eric.
And it's Ebenezer Jeff Deaver.
Hey, and welcome to Blowout and Damper 3. Hey Jeff, right before the intro here, I asked a trivia question. I asked the folks out there if they knew what toy in 1983 outsold Return of the Jedi. You got any guesses?
I'm going to say Cabbage Patch Doll.
Well, you're right. You are right, but
Of
that
course
isn't
I am.
the number one toy that outsold Star Wars.
Nobody said number one to
The
me.
number one toy, spoil sports, is the Masters of the Universe, He-Man.
Shut up.
No, believe it or not. Apparently, it came out in 1982 and was selling like crazy and just kept going on into 1983. But you're right. Actually, according to this magazine called the Toy and Hobby Magazine or something along those lines, the Star or Return of the Jedi was number 5, and it was outsold by Masters of the Universe, by G.I. Joe, by My Little Pony, and Cabbage Patch Kids, of all things. Isn't that a kick?
Wow.
Yeah. So the American Empire has been declined since at least 1983. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us today. So we're still in the festive spirit, and we thought that it would be the perfect time to talk about a Gen X gift guide. We actually put a similar list out to this a couple years ago out on our blog, and we thought we'd do a video version of this. Now, I
We
wanted
did a video version last year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And what was that? What was the crown jewel?
The Murder Shack, real
The
estate.
Murder Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to link to that. The Murder Shack, if you're, for the psycho in your life. But this time around, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about actual legit gifts that you can get for the Gen X person in your life or the person who likes Gen X pop culture. These are all gifts. Well, a lot of these are going to be gifts or things that, I would absolutely love. I think Jeff might have a couple of curveballs for us. I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to be. And then we will wind up with, asking you guys what's your favorite or what kind of gifts you all would get that harken back to the golden era of entertainment, which was Generation X. Okay.
I'm assuming we're doing the standard top 3.
I actually just have a mess of stuff I'm going to throw out there, so we'll go back and forth
Cool.
as and let the stuff kind of guide us. So,
Okay, well, I'm going to jump in here then.
Go ahead.
I have an honorable mention and I have a dishonorable mention.
Oh, I'm eager to hear both of those.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the dishonorable mention. And anything that is specifically Christmas. Now, I'm sure there's some moms and wives and new moms and what have you out there that would love to absolutely get a Christmas ornament. That would be a cherished, keepsake for them. I can't tell you how many Christmas ties I've got with like Santa Claus. I've got this really awesome Tabasco Santa Claus tie. I got it on Christmas Day. It's, I get to use it in 11 months.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that is harsh when you buy that. Oh yeah, good point. Good, that's a really good point. So okay, so that's a dishonorable, but that can apply across the generations. That's not specific to Gen X. You got something that's Gen X-y for your honorable mention?
Okay, my honorable mention that is we can annex it as Gen X. Is a square of Berber carpet.
Explain,
we're
please.
Back to the we're back to the Cybertronic Ghost of Christmas Past from the future. Aqua Teen
Aquatine
Hunger
Hunger
Force.
Force.
Yeah, yeah. And little Carl's dad brings him home a square of carpet.
What is this, Dad? What is this, carpet, Daddy?
Carpet? No, no. It's Berber. That's an industry term.
Hey, it's like a flying magic carpet here. Look at this. I'm flying around in Egypt
That's
land.
cute. Don't get too attached there, Aladdin, because it's about to be magic flying dinner.
You can't eat carpet. Silly Daddy.
No, of course you can't like that. You gotta boil it till the glue gets soft, you know? Oh, jeez. Look at the time.
But it's Christmas, Dad.
Those of you who might not be familiar with Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and shame on you if you fall in there, we'll try to link to that so you can see the Cybertronic Ghost of Christmas Past
from the future.
From the future. Right. Ghosts have a surprisingly high presence in Christmas. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into the meat of this stuff. Gen X. This is going to be the ultimate Gen X gift guide. When I say ultimate, I mean probably not really ultimate, but really, really cool. I think ultimate has a better SEO value, so that's what it is. All right. So I'm going to kick us off because this gift, I'm telling you, it's an awesome gift. I actually own this one, so I thought I would kind of brag about this one. But if you're looking, Gen X, one of the most popular shows coming out of there, of course, was Monty Python, Flying Circus, early 70s, and then of course the movies. And the Holy Grail is, of course, the Holy Grail of Monty Python movies. And so they marketed years ago these action figures that are 12-inch action figures. See here, and this here is the Black Knight action figure with removable limbs. So I never took it out of the box because I'm one of those types of people.
Wait! I thought you had Brave Sir Robin. You had the Black Knight.
I just did not take. I took Sir Robin out of his box, and then I got the Black Knight, and I did not take him out of the box.
When did you get When did you get the Black Knight?
I don't know. I don't.
You've been holding out on me.
It's been quite a while though, and I've kept him in his box forever. So those are. You can still get some of these through Amazon. I actually found. I can't remember which one I saw online. But you can actually get the Black Knight, some of these 12-inch action figures. Now there are a lot of other kind of knockoffs. Well, I say knockoffs, different styles, but I think these 12-inch figures were the best ones. So if you can find one of those, I guarantee you that a Gen X person. Oh, and something that I meant to highlight here, guys. We're not getting any money for any of this. We don't. We're not. We don't have sponsors, and we don't get. A few pennies or whatever you buy. We're doing this because they're fun, and we think that the Gen X person in your life, or again, the person who appreciates Gen X pop culture would enjoy this stuff. So, all right, that's what I'm starting. What's that?
We're not getting any money out of this?
Right.
That wasn't exactly what we agreed upon now, was it? That's another Aqua Teen quote. Sorry, go ahead, please.
Oh, I'm done. Let's hear what you got.
Okay, well, the next thing that and this is one that I, as a young kid, would have killed for, and as an adult, I absolutely love, and I have it, and it's going to get real shaky, so we're probably going to have to edit some of the talking out and some of the shakiness out because I've got to get the camera down here. What this is it's hard to see. Dang. It's a can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a green laser. I can hit cloud cover with this. It's incredible. You can get federal time in prison for hitting planes and helicopters with it.
Fantastic.
Absolutely do not ever do that. But I have I have a job that takes me out into some very remote places, and
Serial
having
killer.
what, huh?
Serial killer
Yes, yes, and
goes along with the murder shack.
right, right. But having watched those stranded shows on the Learning Channel and what have you, so many people, if they had just had a flashlight or a laser, could have signaled somebody to get loose from wherever they were trapped. And I've literally been trapped like a half a mile from the road in the middle of a cornfield before. Not because I locked myself out of my truck with the engine running. Um, with albeit my backpack in the truck, so it would have had my laser too. But anyways, that's not the point. I have a laser, and it's really cool. That's one that's good among astronomers. They like them because they can take a class out and they can actually point out constellations and stuff with them because you can see the beam.
Right.
So
Cool.
yeah, I got it on Amazon.
That's cool. Cool. That's a that sounds like a good stocking stuffer kind of jobby.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
recharges USB.
Cool. All right. I'm going to shift gears again, kind of back into the thing about Gen X um, pop culture is that it's so easy to cash in on it. And if you're the type of person who is sick of the commercialism and the selling of your childhood, you might not want to listen to these next because that's what we're doing here. We're selling our childhood or we're buying our
Yeah.
childhood. I'm always on the lookout for cool T-shirts, right? Um, so I got two of them. First one is this Kolchak the Night Stalker T-shirt. There's actually a couple of them, and I tell you what, everyone sees, Star Wars T-shirts are cool. I'm wearing a Star Wars T-shirt right now, which is kind of unusual. It's the old pirate stormtrooper one, but those are relatively common. But you see someone walking around with the Kolchak the Night Stalker T-shirt, that's pretty rare. Um, there's also the Greatest American Hero T-shirt, and both of these are offered by TeePublic, tpublic.com for about 15 to 16 bucks. So those are a couple of T-shirts I would just kill to have. Now, Target used to, and they still do, I think, actually, they sell some retro T-shirts. So you could just walk in and find any number of like Atari and things like that, references. And I think I've gotten some old classic Star Wars retro type stuff. But I think these you would actually have to go to TeePublic to get. But those are pretty reasonably priced, and they're just really, really cool.
I'm
All right.
I'm not that well off. I don't go to Target, the highfalutin stores. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'm doing bad for myself, but I'm obviously not doing as good as others.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing, and this kind of the laser was a segue into this, is as a child, I would have absolutely loved one of these. I wouldn't mind getting some originals now, but Star Wars figures.
Oh, right.
Yeah. As a child, getting a Star Wars figure, it's and the dispute always was, I thought we bought you a Han Solo. Well, you did, but that was the Millennium Falcon Han Solo. It was a Tatooine Han Solo. It wasn't the Hoth Han who's
Right.
wearing he's not wearing all the padded and garb that he wore when he was inside the Tauntaun and stuff. So
Yeah. You
yeah,
need the yeah, yep.
you're stuck with one stormtrooper.
Yeah, what a
What can you
crock.
do with you can't do anything with one stormtrooper. And then once you have your stormtrooper, there's no way you're getting a Hoth snowtrooper because you already have a stormtrooper.
Right, because
Anyway,
mom can't tell the difference between a snowtrooper and a stormtrooper.
no.
Yep. There's
Now,
never
somebody who could tell the difference, besides me, was
George
not Balin.
Lucas.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So he made sure that there was a different outfit in every scene and a different character. Right.
All right. So I'm going to move into my next kind of category, which is today I'm a big coffee drinker, love coffee, and I collect coffee mugs. I have a ton of them, and there's no quicker way to make me like you than to get me a coffee cup. Now I've found two really, really cool coffee cups. So for the Gen Xer in your life that likes to drink coffee and likes to, likes nostalgia, um, we got a link for you for the Rockford Files coffee mug, which is the Rockford the Rockford Agency ad. So the little Yellow Pages ad on a
Wow.
coffee mug. And the cool thing about that is it's about 15 bucks, but you get it from the official James Garner website. And the official James Garner website is run by James Garner's daughter, whose name escapes me at the moment. And she uses any of the proceeds from that usually, at least she used to. I didn't check recently to see if it was still this way, but she was taking all proceeds and putting it towards animal rescue, which was something that James Garner was really big into. So that coffee mug looks cool. The other one is also one that's sold by T Public, the same people who made those T-shirts I was just talking about. But this was the Get Smart shoe phone mug.
Oh, wow.
So it's a reference to the Get Smart show, which okay, I'm pretty sure that predated Gen X, but we'll take it anyway as we always do. And it had like a schematic breakout of the shoe phone on there for you to look at. So it looked pretty official. So that was pretty cool. And that's about 12 bucks. And you can get that also from T Public. Now, remember, Christmas is coming quick. So if you're going to order any of this kind of stuff, you're going to want to probably order it pretty quick if you want to get it in time. So, all right, Jeff, what you got?
Okay. I thought we were going with just the three, which is why I had five and a loser. So this is the last one, but this was, in my opinion, then and even now, basically the ultimate Christmas present that I ever got as a kid, and would still thrill me today is bicycle. Has nothing to do with Gen X. It's just
Oh yeah.
it's just the gift. I remember when I got my there were two kind of bicycles when I was growing up. There was a 10-speed and a Huffy. And the Huffy was the dirt bike that you would pedal, and the 10-speed was a road bike. There was no such thing as a mountain bike. That was a Huffy, unless you were one of the rich kids. Then you had a mongoose. But there were 10 speeds, and there were the Huffy dirt bikes, and I remember every single one of the dirt bikes I got. I remember getting one with mag wheels, made out of wrought iron, and barely being able to lift it. It was so heavy. And I remember getting a 10-speed, a road bike, and just that was always just the biggest thrill to see that. And it was always a pain because back then in winter it was cold and we had snow on the ground, and it was sort of like a Christmas tie. You couldn't use it for several months because of the snow, but it was always cool to have. So
Yeah.
that was always my ultimate gift.
That transcends generations. I think any kid would be thrilled to find especially their first bike
Yeah.
like that. Well, I'm going to wrap up with just a couple of other things real quick because I just found all sorts of things that I need to show my wife, and so maybe have
Flip it into her magazine.
Well done. So there's a couple of these out there, been for a couple of years, but I came across a new thing, or new to me anyway, but it's the Atari Game Station Pro, which is an Atari 2600 game emulator. Has over 200 of classic games on there, Asteroid, Centipede, Missile Command, all that kind of stuff.
Battlezone, Combat.
That would just be, yeah. And those are, and those are just amazingly nostalgic. It's now this particular one, supposedly they have wireless joysticks and things like that. So they're pretty close from what I can see, but Target sells it. You probably get it on Amazon
Ooh la
too.
la.
About $100. Yeah, if you're feeling fancy, go to Target. So so that obviously Atari was the thing back in the what is it, mid '80s, I think.
Yeah, my
Um,
my dad my dad actually went into my big huge CRT television, and it was one of those 10-inch TVs or 18-inch TVs, but he went in with a felt tip marker and he made marks on the glass around the TV to get inside my head and tell me those were the marks for the ricochet points in combat tanks. And yeah, he was the kind of guy who would do that. So
So the second to last thing I'll just throw out there because I was when I stumbled across it when I was researching the Monty Python bits was this ANC Hero Holy Grail cup. It's a resin replica of the Holy Grail or the Holy Grail from the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
wow,
Now the funny thing is that I don't think this is official merch. This is somebody who went out of his way to call it a cosplay prop movie replica without naming Indiana Jones, George Lucas, LucasArts, Lucasfilm, anything. But there is no question where this cup comes from. And a matter of fact, I want to say my brother actually owns this thing. I think he's got one
wow.
very, very similar to it. So that's pretty cool. That's $27. Found that on Amazon. But to me, okay, so I'm going to wrap this up with what I think is like one of the coolest gifts that I came across, and I just found out about it just a couple of days ago because I mentioned before how I went and saw John Cleese live.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
he announced on his Facebook page and his Instagram page that that he had was part of a selling of these limited edition Faulty Towers fine art collection. If you're at all familiar with Faulty Towers, there's the famous scene in there of the Germans invading Poland, and this art are framed or photos of some of those scenes, including him doing the Hitler mustache right before after he had his head injury, and it's got like this nice print quotes from the show, and they're all signed by John Cleese. There's only 300 made. I think there's 3 photos, and there are 300 of them, and they're large print. I don't think they come in frames, but they're pretty pricey. These are kind of like your premium type stuff. So they cost the original memorabilia.co.uk is where you would order it. They're 245 euros, which comes out to about 265 bucks. So this is not a gift for your casual friend. This is something that if you want to really surprise your Gen X loving partner or family member, this might be it because and I'm assuming they're still available. I checked today and they had and they said they're selling out quick. So anyway, all signed by John Cleese, and they're just amazing looking. So Faulty Towers Fine Art Collection, I think will be where I end this list.
Well, you should end it. I mean, you started it.
We did not start it. Yes, you did. You invaded
It,
Poland. So, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. And we want to know, for those of you who just grew up Gen X, or you love Gen X pop culture, what kind of gifts would you like? Whether it's something that's just crass commercialism, like the stuff I listed, or some of the stuff that you would really have wanted as a Gen X kid, like some of the stuff that Jeff listed, or somewhere in between. Let us know.
We'd love to hear it.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Oh,
Great.
oh, wow. Okay, so I do want to give honorable mention. I'm sorry, I know that we're at the end here. However, I have seen a couple of T-shirts that I thought were particularly awesome. They would be great Christmas presents. and they're very much in the Christmas and the whole Gen X theme, which was the Nakatomi Towers T-shirts, the Die Hard. Yeah, it's an excellent Christmas gift.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
No problem. No problem.
I meant to mention that earlier. Just
All
wanted
right,
to get
guys.
it in when you out of time and you didn't get to argue with me.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks so much
everybody.
for joining us. Have a great night.
Like and
Merry
subscribe.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.